There was a boy named Aarav. He wasn't a failure, but the world treated him like one. He wasn't weak, but life often made him feel small. He wasn't lost, but everyone kept telling him he didn't know where he was going. Aarav had dreams, big ones, dreams that made his chest feel full, dreams that made his eyes shine at night when everyone else slept. But dreams are dangerous things, because the moment you dare to hold one, the world tries to take it away. Aarav's father used to say, "Dreams don't feed you. Keep your head down. Do what the world is doing." His relatives said, "You? Achieve something great? Stop thinking too much." His friends laughed. "You're aiming too high, bro. Be realistic." And slowly, Aarav started believing them, not because they were right, but because there were so many of them. And he was only one. There is a kind of silence that hurts more than words, a quiet heaviness that sits in your chest, a voice inside you that wants to scream. But Aarav stayed quiet. Every day, he followed the same road, the safe road, the road that never leads anywhere new. But one evening, life changed. Aarav saw a small child sitting outside a tea stall. The child was trying to draw stars in the dust with his finger. Someone nearby laughed and said, "Why draw stars on the ground? They belong in the sky." The child looked up and replied, "They only belong in the sky if you're afraid to reach." Aarav froze. It felt like those words were said for him. They stirred something that had been asleep for a long time. A tiny spark, a small fire, a forgotten heartbeat. That night, Aarav sat alone on the roof of his house. He looked at the sky, and he finally asked his heart, "What do I want?" The answer was quiet, but it was there, and that was enough. Aarav decided he would try, not for approval, not for applause, not to prove anyone wrong, but to prove himself right. The next morning he began. He woke up earlier than everyone. He worked while others slept. He studied when his eyes burned. He practiced when his hands shook. He kept going when his knees failed. People didn't notice at first. They were too busy doubting him. Some said, "You're wasting your time." Some said, "You'll give up soon." Some simply watched, waiting for him to fall. But Aarav didn't fall. Not because he was strong, but because he had finally learned something. The world doesn't fear your failure. It fears your rise. Days turned into months. The road was not gentle. There were moments he cried silently. Moments when he questioned everything. Moments when quitting felt easier. But every time he came close to giving up, he remembered one thing. If he went back, he would lose himself again. And he had just found himself. So he continued. Until one day, his work spoke. His growth spoke. His effort spoke. And the same people who once laughed paused. They watched him with new eyes. They didn't admit they were wrong. They never do. But their silence said everything. Aarav did not stand on a stage. He did not win a trophy. He did not become famous. But he succeeded, because he became the person he once thought he could never be. He learned that greatness is not loud. It does not always look like glory. Greatness is often quiet, slow, invisible to others, but it is felt deeply within.
If this story resonated with you, leave a comment. I'm ready for the first step. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.